These men don't care. It starts young. But when you're younger, you're more vulnerable because you don't even realize how messed up it is, especially if you come from a family of predators, which a lot of us do, more than we realize. I didn't even realize until in the last couple years why I slept in so many dangerous situations. You know what's funny about being a writer is a lot of times you get insight about a story you've already published like much later. Because I wrote this for the Daily Beast a couple years ago and didn't even realize until like this year. Oh my God. If you Google Melanie Hamlet Daily Beast, this will come up. I have a long history of trusting the most sketchy men. They're usually older, they're usually alcoholics, and they usually lure me in with pity. Men that I feel sorry for. That's my kryptonite. So when I was in Argentina, I fled the US and went to South America for like 8 months. No plan, hardly any money. It was literally like the dumbest thing I've ever done. Well, maybe, not even. I've done like even dumber stuff. I didn't know how I was gonna couch surf the whole time. And I have a lot of situations in couch surfing where men put me in danger. But before I even started couch surfing, one of my comedy friends had this professor friend of his who was living in Argentina and offered to let me stay in his place for free. He had a free bed. And that's what I talk about in that Daily Beast article. And so I show up and this man is old. He's also dating. And I'm not even dating. He's in a relationship with, his girlfriend is a schmegs worker. I hung out with her. When I hurt my foot, she actually took me to the hospital. This man told me that I was going to have a place to sleep. I did. What he did not tell me is that his bed, he was in a 1-room apartment. His bed was in the same room as the kitchen. His bed was also like right next to the couch. Like everything was in this tiny room except the bathroom. So my bed was his bed and he slept on the couch. But he had the habit of staying up all night and drinking and doing something on the computer, God knows what. Now I'm actually pretty sure I know what it was. But he would drink whiskey, smoke indoors with the windows closed, and stay up all night and sit at the kitchen table and watch me sleep. Was I comfortable in that scenario? No. Did I realize that I could do anything about it? No. I have been groomed since I was a child. Because of because of a predator in my family, to put the needs of predatory men above my own, above my safety, above everything. And I didn't want this old man to feel bad. And so I literally stayed with this man for, I don't even know, like maybe 2 weeks. And I was like in such a trauma response. And it literally took my sister being like, get out of that situation. When she didn't even know. No one even knew where I was. When I finally gave her more details about this place, she was like, what? Why are you staying with who is this man? And I was like, well, he's like a friend of a friend. This man treated me like I was his daughter, but also like a daughter he was like wanting to like. Why was in that situation? How could I put myself in that situation? Well, one, I just believed everything he said. I didn't know I should ask more questions. Like, oh, do I have a private room with a door? What are you doing in Argentina? Like, literally, I didn't ask him anything. I was just so happy to get a free place to stay because I didn't have much money. And, I'm a traveler. I've had the coolest situations because I just go with the flow and do whatever. This particular time, it did not work out well. I felt so bad leaving that man. He literally told me all his problems. He stayed up drunk, telling me his problems, telling me about his relationship with his girlfriend, and then stared at me while I slept. And it never occurred to me that I should get out of that situation. It took my big sister convincing me from Florida over the phone to get the F out. Do you know how old I was? 34. That is one of a string of stories from my life that didn't make sense. Yes, I was this big, strong raft guy, fearless rock climber, whitewater raft guy, travel the world alone. Big, tough Melanie. And at the same time, a little girl easily groomed and manipulated by gross, predatory old men, even at the age of 34. That's just one of my stories. I got to go into the whole story about the guy who stalked me from Wyoming to New Mexico, the hitchhiker who had the alleged diamond mine. that he was going to buy me a truck and all this stuff and convince me to sleep in my truck with me, blah, 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 blah. I have dozens of stories, like dozens. So why am I talking about this? This is literally one of the most shameful parts of my past. I'm not ashamed of it now because I absolutely understand why I did all that. So when I hear people come into my comments and be like, how could you, this is just common sense. When someone comes in my comments and says, I don't want to victim blame, but sometimes girls and women can be in la la land when it comes to the true nature of males. I would never feel comfortable sleeping next to a beast. I'm not even going to read the rest. It's like making me too mad. But who shares a bed with a man? It's already a fact that men are calculating, so why put yourself in that position in the first place? Why? Idiot. Accountability means women need to ensure we make better decisions. That's a man writing that. And if it's not a man writing that, that's a woman with so much internalized misogyny. I take full accountability for putting myself in situations that were very harmful, especially when I realized that my sister and most of my friends would never find themselves in those situations. I was so reckless. I repeatedly put myself in crazy scenarios with men who nobody else trusted, that everyone saw predator just going bah, bah, bah from them. And I'm the person who gives someone a chance. I'm the person who doesn't want to be too mean or critical. I'm the person who, because of what happened to me in my family, because I was dependent on this man for food and love and comfort and basic human needs, for survival, I had to explain and dismiss his behavior and make it about me. So if you are quick to judge women who put themselves in dangerous situations, either A, you are really lucky that you never found yourself in that situation, and you have a lot of internalized misogyny to unpack. Or B, and I hope for your sake you are not this. You are a survivor yourself. A man did this to you in your family or in your somewhere in your trusted circle of people who you were supposed to feel safe around, and you either don't realize it or you're still blaming yourself, and then you're projecting that on all the other survivors. And I'm really sorry. Please go heal yourselves, because women who enable men, we not only get ourselves unalived, raped, and all this other stuff, we also put every other woman in danger. And it's not our fault that we think that way. It's not our fault that we respond that way. But it is our responsibility to heal, not just for ourselves, but it's our responsibility to our community and to every child, every woman, every man, every non-binary person out there who's getting attacked by predators. Our refusal to heal keeps the cycle of violence going. So if you come in my comments and you victim blame, you yourself probably have some trauma. Please go heal it.